Be nice to the check-in people. Now, why is that important? Well, let's talk about this a bit. The people that have the most power over your quality of life are oftentimes the least empowered person in the organization. And so building relationships early, for instance, with the check-in person, is the difference between sleeping in a room that's quiet and sleeping in a room that's next to the dumpsters that they dump every night at 4 a.m. And if you've been to any hotels at all, and you're a pretty good crowd to talk this to, you know there's the good rooms and the bad rooms. There's the nice room, there's the murder room, right? Question, if I say the word Hanford, Washington, how many people have been there? By show of hands. Okay, good. The rest of you, you should know that it's a gorgeous little city in which I know, I'm kind of not laughing either, but I'm trying really hard, in which the DOE has a facility. And it's one of those cities that has a name, you know, like not Hanford. I mean, that's their real name, but they have another name, and I can't remember. It's a prime number. So is it the 7th city, the 5th city, or the Tri-City, right? The Tri-Cities. And for years, Shane and I would go to Hanford. The facility, remember the name of the facility? The Hanford Hammer, right? So I'm not saying that I felt taller and sexier, but call your office a Hammer and see if you don't get higher performance. I'm just going to say that makes a huge difference, right? And the Hanford Red Lion was a great hotel, but there were good rooms and there were dumpster-adjacent rooms. So you with me so far? So I started a little process when I checked into the Hanford of making sure that I made a positive impression to the person that was at the check-in. And in this great experiment I ran, I noticed that the nicer I was, the better the impression I made, the better the room I would get. And so for a long time, I would ask for the honeymoon suite. Solo business traveler, Tri-Cities, checking in at Sunday night at 7:30, asking for the honeymoon suite, to which they would say, we don't have a honeymoon suite. And I'd say, oh, that's not a problem. I just need something with a heart-shaped toilet. But early on in this process, I met someone that I found incredibly interesting. And I noticed the heart-shaped toilet did not make an impression. And at that time, I was in my, are you giving me the skunk eye phrase? Did you go through that phase? I would look at people and say, are you giving me the skunk eye? You with me? Right? So I check into the hotel. I'm signing all the paperwork. I ask for the heart-shaped toilet. I get zero response from this young lady. And I look at her, and she looks back at me, and I say the words, are you giving me the skunk eye? And she looks back at me and says, no, sir, I have a medical condition. My left eye won't close. My heart broke. Not only did I feel terrible as a human being, because I just made fun of her horrible medical condition of which her left eye won't close, right? I think that's called the anti-wink syndrome, but we can talk about that later, right? But also, I was pretty much assured to get the worst room possible at the Red Lion Inn in the Tri-Cities, also known as Hanford, Washington. So dutifully and very quietly, I might add, and pretty humbly, I accepted the key, because in those days, it was a real key, and I walked to my room. And it was the weirdest thing, you guys. It was the best room I'd ever gotten at that hotel. Well, I'm going to do this as sneakily and as subtly as I can. So I ride the elevator down, which is kind of a long ride because if you've been to the Red Lion, it's 2 floors. Here's something you'll never hear a fat man say. Oh, good, stairs. That's not what I say, right? I get to the lobby, the door's open, and I'm in luck. She has her back turned to me, and I'm sneaking as sneakily as I can sneak, which is kind of hard, right? Through the lobby. And I know that I've gotten away with it until I hear this word. This is totally a true story. Until I hear this sound. Psst. I look up. She looks at me, and with her left eye, she goes, That, my friends, is the story of Shane and Todd and the Red Lion in the Tri-Cities.